I don't think they're...
Private Ryan, presented uncut Saturday 8/7 Central on ABC.
Winona Ryder is a convicted felon caught on videotape swiping clothing. Stores are watching you too. A live report next.
And now, Bob Johnson, Mary Ellen Locher, meteorologist Neil Pascal, and sports with Daryl Patterson. This is News Channel 9 at 11.
But we do want this city to be a safe place for our families to live.
A Cleveland, Tennessee pastor talks about changes that are coming after yesterday's election. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Tonight's top story, liquor and the lottery.
The lottery passing in Tennessee didn't surprise a whole lot of people, but liquor by the drink sales in Cleveland sure did. Kim Chapman was in Cleveland tonight for reaction on both issues. Kim?
Bob, Mel, in yesterday's election, the vote on liquor sales by the drink in Cleveland passed by 411 votes. The lottery in Bradley County passed by about 2,500. And even though the voters have spoken, there are a lot of people there not happy with the results.
Everything's going to be okay. It's hard to explain sometimes.
The Wednesday night lesson Pastor Mitch Maloney is teaching his class is on prayer. But when it comes to liquor and the lottery in Cleveland, his prayers weren't answered.
I don't think people realize just how blessed this city has been because of the strength of the churches.
Choir practice at the church, but no one here's rejoicing about the changes that are coming.
I love the wholesomeness of our community, and I hope that that remains even with this change coming along.
I've seen people that would buy a lottery ticket and not feed their children.
But at the Bel Air Grill in Cleveland, where feeding people is big business, they're looking forward to the new business.
I feel like, the Church of God has been trying to keep it away, and which I agree. I don't feel like it's going to be a big benefit for us, but I believe it will bring in more restaurants.
Now, right now in Cleveland, beer can be sold in restaurants 7 days a week. The fight for liquor by the drink has gone on for years, but now it is a battle that's over. Mel?
All right, thank you, Kim. Nearly a year after being arrested on shoplifting charges, a jury found actress Winona Ryder not guilty of burglary, but guilty of vandalism and grand theft.
We never asked for any jail time. We will not be asking for any jail time in this matter. We were simply asking for Ms. Ryder to take responsibility for her conduct, and that's what this trial has been about.
Early on, Ryder faced a maximum penalty of 3 years in prison, but we just heard that will not happen. Most likely, instead, she will pay a hefty fine, give restitution, and be required to perform community service. Her sentencing is set for December 6th.
Seeing pictures of Winona Ryder walking through Saks Fifth Avenue reminds us of the power of video. Surveillance cameras can deter crime, even catch crime on tape. Erica Donnerson is live at Best Buy, where prevention is a top priority. Erica?
Bob, stores are busier than usual during the holidays, but shoplifting is a concern of store managers year-round. Every time you walk into a mall or supermarket, you're being watched. Everyone knows cameras hanging from the ceiling are keeping an eye on your every move. But stores like Best Buy have come up with some ways to deter potential thieves. Loss prevention supervisor Farley Morrison says one way is for salespeople to approach you when you walk into their department. He says the more welcome the shoppers feel, the less likely they are to steal. Hiring a trustworthy staff and keeping them happy also guarantees they're more likely to protect the merchandise. All the items here at Best Buy also have sensors on them, which if not removed, set off alarms at the door. Shoppers say stores should do whatever it takes to stop shoplifters.
I think it's dishonest, and it costs shoppers and everybody money in the long run, and it's not something you should do.
I think it's useful that they have their cameras because it stops down on crime and it teaches people that it doesn't pay.
If they get through the register, through the store, if we catch them at the front, 9 times out of 10 we get our product back. That's the #1 goal.
Now, Morrison tells us that anytime a shoplifter is caught in the act, he calls the police. No one gets a break, even during the holiday season. Bob?
All right, thanks, Erica. A fire swept through a Cleveland, Tennessee home, destroying it this evening. A neighbor visiting the family inside called 911 just before 6 o'clock, and when firefighters arrived at the house on Bohannon's Road, flames were everywhere. Before the electricity could be shut off, one firefighter battling the blaze suffered a shock, but he was unharmed. No one inside the home was injured. Neighbors say the owner built the house herself 18 years ago and recently remodeled the home. Now she has nothing to show for it.
She just got a brand new Dell computer, and she just now got it paid off, and now it's destroyed. All her papers is destroyed. And it's awful. I feel so sorry for her.
Investigators are speaking to a juvenile who might know how the fire started in one of the bedrooms. Damages are estimated at about $75,000.
Law officers need your help finding two men who escaped from the Silverdale workhouse. Police say Jason LeBron Davis, who is considered armed and dangerous, and Anthony LaVale Newsom escaped last weekend by tricking and overpowering a guard. Davis was serving 11 years on a parole violation, and Chattanooga police say he has been the focal point of several armed robberies and at least one homicide. Newsom, also known as Anthony White, was serving time for criminal impersonation, theft, escape, and possession of crack cocaine. There is a $1,000 reward for their arrests.
New ground is being broken at the Silverdale workhouse, making way for a 128-bed addition to that facility. The $4 million project includes a 2-story dormitory with common areas for day use. Hamilton County Executive Claude Ramsey welcomes the extra space.
It's the next step in the process, the ongoing process of trying to solve the jail overcrowding and the number of prisons we have. You know, we spend some $30 million a year here in Hamilton County just dealing with people who are misbehaving.
There will also be new areas for visitation, security, and outdoor recreation. The project's funded by county and federal dollars, and it's expected to be finished next winter.
At least 50 children are heading into basketball season without uniforms. News Channel 9 talked to 2 teams and 1 cheerleading squad, which all ordered from Superior Sporting Goods in Cleveland, Tennessee. All 3 squads say they've paid approximately $1,000 each, but have yet to get their uniforms. Pathway Christian Academy out of Dalton, Georgia has a game tomorrow, but no uniforms. And the cheerleaders for Waterville Elementary also have no outfits.
They've worked since September, the middle of September, on cheers and on their competition, on routines, and they just couldn't wait to get the pom-poms, you know, the uniform and the little hair bows.
The store's owner, Frank Weir, filed for bankruptcy. Daughter-in-law Kitty Weir says she and her husband Heath, who managed the store, had planned to honor open invoices until the Chapter 7 bankruptcy happened.
If you haven't stepped outside tonight, let me warn you, it's a bit chilly out there.
Yep, boy, that temperature, when it went down today, it went down again. That's happening more and more frequently.
Yeah, we've gone through a pretty good period now of cool weather here. It's like we went from warm fall weather to cold fall weather there, week and a half ago. Neighborhood net temps certainly show they've dropped some more since 6, and they'll go down a little more. Skies are clearing too. Etowah with 43, Fort Oglethorpe 45 at Lakeview Middle School, 37 up there in Grundy County, 44 at Pikeville Elementary. On the live Super Doppler radar, nothing with these clouds. Had a few sprinkles this morning, especially north of the city. 49 and 55, our temp range today. The 55 was really after midnight. During the afternoon, we didn't get any warmer than about 52. Sunset tomorrow evening at 5:41 p.m. Hey, next week at this time, I'm going to give you my annual winter forecast. I've been thinking about this. A lot of times it's very difficult to come up with a prediction, make any sense of it. There's some real clear-cut patterns going into this winter that might help us out a little more with this one. Take a look here at some clearing we've had today, and tonight it's really getting ready to clear off from the southwest. So tomorrow I expect you'll see a heck of a lot of sunshine around here. All the precipits moved up to the northeast, snow over Maine. Now, yesterday at this time in southeast Alabama, our front coming through to the south, the air was much warmer. The collision produced severe weather. Take a look at Abbeville. These pictures here, a tornado went through, killed somebody, injured 25 more people, did lots of damage to businesses, the high school, power was knocked out. A little miniature severe weather season sometimes occurs in the Gulf coastal states during the fall. What a mess. Okay, back to our maps. High pressure is going to come in and push eastward, taking those clouds very quickly out of here. So Thursday will be sunshine really in our forecast all day long. A little bit warmer during the day, less wind, and with the sun and so on, but right back down to the 30s for Thursday night. Friday also looks good. Nothing coming in here anytime soon, maybe a little cloudiness by Saturday, but we are talking a good start to the weekend. 40s all around us. Tonight's temps are down a bit more. Tomorrow we'll have that sun, and it looks like as we go on into Friday later in the day, we're going to see our readings really get pumped up, and by Saturday maybe even 70 trough coming through here earlier today. There it is, a jet stream over us, and that's why we had some wind for a while today, but that's all moving eastward, and you can see the northwest flow for a little while tomorrow, but then quickly shifting from the west by Friday. That gives us a real tranquil pattern, dry weather, not a lot of wind. Saturday looks pretty good too, and then by Sunday we'll begin to see more weather coming on in and another shift from the southwest that could lead to rain. Our temperatures then, we're in the cool area here for a while, but that gradually will get shifted out, meaning warmer daytime highs first, but the nighttime temps will stay cool for a while. Then early next week, the approach of a new front will cause a good chance of rain around Sunday, Monday. We'll go to the forecast here with 38 tonight, colder, northwest wind 5 to 10, clearing tomorrow. Beautiful. We've not seen a lot of sunny days in quite a while. 59 the high, light winds from the north. Tomorrow night, back down to the upper 30s, and that's Chattanooga. Many of you will be closer to freezing. And my 5-day forecast has another 2, probably 3 dry days ahead before that chance of rain gets back in here. So we'll have a chance to dry out.
It's a break, and it's a weekend break, which is even nicer.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, the jackpot in the multi-state Mega Millions lottery drawing has grown to $93 million. None of the tickets sold for Tuesday's $79 million drawing matched all 5 lotto numbers, and the Mega Ball, the next drawing, will be Friday.
See, we could have jackpots like that in Tennessee before you know it.
By the end of 2003 or 2004, they're estimating, by the time things get rolling. Of course, it depends on which games Tennessee decides to play.
We know those mega games are so popular. All the states have to be not just their own, but involved with everybody else. Yeah.
Your chance is 1 in 70 billion or whatever
Exactly.
it is. Well, the election's over, and there's just one big problem in Alabama.
Both candidates are still declaring victory in the governor's race.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we win by 3,085 votes.
We won last night. We're going to win today, and we will win tomorrow.
Was it a counting error or a reporting error?
And we'll check out the accuracy of Georgia's new touchscreen voting machines.
You're watching News Channel 9 at 11. See the Erlanger News Channel 9 live Super Doppler radar online at newschannel9.com.
Hungry and in a hurry? Check out McDonald's 30-second drive-thru guarantee. We'll deliver your order in 30 seconds at the pickup window, or your next sandwich is on us. Free. McDonald's 30-second drive-thru guarantee. Fast service guaranteed.
Is Bob having a sale this week? You don't know the half of it. It's Bob's 50% off veteran sale. 5 days when you can get 50% off all the brands you love.
That means 50% off
Junior and Missy sweaters, all men's Dockers, and Alexander Julian shirts and sweaters. Career and casual collections by Alfred Dunner, Sag Harbor, and more. Plus thousands of the fall's hottest looks are all 50% off.
We've got all the styles and all the brands that are hot this fall.
Great. Tell everybody to come to Goodies. At Goodies, 50% off veteran sale this Thursday through Monday only at Goodies.
Experience Comcast high-speed internet. Constantly connected, faster than dial-up, faster than DSL. My File Locker for online storage, up to 7 email accounts, and there's no need to pay extra for a second phone line or another internet service provider. Call 1-888-COMCAST and get high-speed internet service for $9.95 a month for the first 2 months. Experience the internet you've always imagined at one of the best prices of the year. Call 1-888-COMCAST. This offer ends soon. Call now.
Well, that's great. You're going to be traveling more.
Mm-hmm.
You know you're going to meet someone new. Hey, you know, I can come with you.
You can stay together with AT&T Wireless. Get nationwide long distance, 3,000 night and weekend minutes, plus 300 anytime minutes for only $29.99 a month. That's M-Life from AT&T Wireless. Your mobile life made better. It's for us. Hurry in and save $50 on a Nokia 3360 phone.
Got a buck. You're in luck. There you go now. You're getting it. We should take this act on the road. Maybe not.
Get a delicious, big, and tasty, a McChicken sandwich, and more every day on McDonald's Dollar Menu.
Ah, hamburger.
This is News Channel 9 at 11.
Election officials in Georgia are calling the switch to computerized voting a huge success. Today, Catoosa County's machines are stacked in a back room, but yesterday they were front and center. Election worker Billy Davis says the machines made vote counting a lot faster, a lot easier too. Davis says the process took longer than she expected though, because the votes were stored on a tape instead of a computerized card. Election workers had to let that tape from each machine run all the way through in order to get the votes.
Go just a little bit slow, but I'm sure that will be improved before next election.
And Davis also says she's proud that Georgia leads the nation in computerized voting.
Georgia's new U.S. Senator-elect Saxby Chambliss spent most of the day saying thanks. Chambliss stopped at a number of Peach State cities like Dalton today in a statewide flyover. Looking back at yesterday's election, Chambliss says he took traditionally Democrat issues away from his opponent, Max Cleland, but he also admits he had a lot of help.
I think the other thing is that we got a very popular president, and we've got a president who campaigned on a number of issues that he wanted to see enacted, that the American people want to see enacted, and when he said, you send me a Republican Senate and this is what we'll do, I think that resonated well.
Chambliss plans to take it easy before the Senate convenes in January. Both candidates in the Alabama governor's race have declared victory. Democratic incumbent Don Siegelman and his Republican challenger Bob Riley both insist they won the race by a small margin.
And I know this is hard for you to believe, especially the members of the press. This was not an accounting error. This was a reporting error by the media. So I don't think anybody in Alabama wants to challenge this. I don't think anybody in Alabama wants to go through this. The people of Alabama spoke last night. The only problem is the governor did not wait until they stopped speaking.
After midnight, after the poll watchers were sent home, with none of the other people present who are required to be present under the law, a different and a lower vote total was established for me.
So, right now, we don't know exactly who is the elected governor of Alabama. Most likely there will be a recount, and the whole Alabama election process will wind up in court with a judge making the final decision. We'll keep you posted on the outcome.
This is like Florida all over again.
Oh, don't even mention it.
New research shows the enhanced benefits of eating healthy with regular exercise.
And as deer hunting season opens, the FDA is funding 2 studies to investigate whether chronic wasting disease in herds poses any risk to human health.
And later on, we have all the showtimes and ticket information you need for Disney on Ice performing this week in Chattanooga.
I'm Ted Koppel. Coming up on Nightline, the Republicans win Congress. The president is politically stronger than ever. But where does that leave the losers? How the landscape has changed. The view from home and abroad tonight.
You're watching News Channel 9 at 11. Sponsored in part by U.S. LAC, Chattanooga's premier local long-distance and data service provider.
We are a startup company based here in Tennessee, and we sell ideas. I've been here 37 years myself. I came with the building. 27 employees. 780 people here. Narrow margins means you got to crank out a lot of product. People that we're trying to attract are very perk savvy. You know, keeping workers today is a matter of providing security to their family. One of our most effective recruiting tools is Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee. More hospitals, more doctors. We say Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee makes them feel good.
From 2 employees to 2,000, we're Blue Cross Blue Shield of business in Tennessee.
Many of the designer suits that we sell for $200 are made with the same quality and care as those that others sell for twice as much. Need a suit? Men's Warehouse. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Oh, there's no place like home.
Lowe's brings home improvement home for the holidays. Lowe's has a holiday store within a store to make it easier than ever to decorate your home. And Lowe's has low prices every day, guaranteed. That's our promise. For 56 years, we've been helping families celebrate the holidays.
For the holidays, you can't beat home, sweet home.
And improving home improvement.
This Veterans Day, Walmart pays tribute to the men and women who risked their lives defending our country. We remember those who sacrificed the ultimate, defending our freedom. And we thank those who continue to protect our way of life today.
We fish the deepest oceans for the finest seafood.
And we're bringing it all to you with Captain D's new seafood sampler. Try one today for just $3.99.
The great little seafood place, Captain D's, please.
This is News Channel 9 at 11.
A New Mexico man is in isolation at a New York City hospital having tested positive for bubonic plague, the rare and dangerous bacterial disease. If confirmed, it would be the first case of bubonic plague in New York City in over a century. The 53-year-old man is listed in critical condition. The plague occurs in 10 to 20 people in the United States and 1,000 to 3,000 people worldwide each year, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Humans usually contract the disease from fleas that have fed on infected rodents. A new study suggests a new way that exercise can help ward off heart disease. It says even modest exercise can make cholesterol less damaging to the arteries. The study says exercise alters the number and size of the particles that carry cholesterol through the bloodstream. People who exercise develop bigger particles, even if the total amount of cholesterol stays the same. Bigger is better. Larger, fluffier particles do less damage to arteries than smaller, harder ones.
A large study offers reassuring evidence that the widely used measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine does not cause autism, as some fear. Some have speculated that the measles portion of the vaccine might trigger autism. Autism often becomes apparent during the second or third year of life, around the same time the shots are given. However, several large, careful studies have turned up absolutely no proof of this. Researchers say administering the vaccination series and the appearance of autism is only coincidence. There's a new threat to the safety of our food supply. It's a fatal illness similar to mad cow disease, and it is found in deer and elk. It's a problem that can damage human brain and nerve tissue. More on what's being done about it from Barton Eckert in Washington.
It's called chronic wasting disease, a literal wasting away and eventual death. As we head into deer hunting season, there's concern people who eat infected venison could be at risk. So the FDA will fund studies to see if there is any risk to human health.
People want to have their meat safe. They want it to be tested. And what is the connection? What's the causal connection between the transmission of a disease from a diseased deer to a human or to a cow?
The World Health Organization has advised against eating venison or any part of an animal showing symptoms. CWD has been found in wild deer in at least 10 Midwest and Rocky Mountain states and in Canada.
It could be a tremendous blow to the meat industry, and it could be a tremendous blow to the recreational industry.
The National Wildlife Federation is worried overreaction could change who's in charge, threatening healthy elk, buffalo, and deer. More than $28 million will be spent on research. Colorado State University will also look into how deer and elk become infected and whether this cousin of mad cow can spread to other species.
We just found a diseased animal in Illinois, and so like West Nile virus, you know, started out in one state and then several states, and now it's across America.
A Mason-Dixon poll in Minnesota found concern about chronic wasting has fewer people planning to eat venison this fall or even head into the woods to hunt deer. This in the wake of the world's mad cow problem. It's a case of better safe than sorry. In Washington, Barton Eckert reporting.
And there's your medical news for this night. What do you got for us tonight?
Well, we talked a little bit about Dusty Baker.
Has he found a home?
I think he's moving east.
Is that right?
I think so. All of that speculation about Dusty Baker leaving as manager of the National League champion San Francisco Giants is no longer speculation. More on that story next in sports. And we'll hear from one of this area's most successful high school football coaches who's decided to retire again, this time for real.
You're watching News Channel 9 at 11. Report breaking news free of charge. Press star 9 from any Nextel wireless phone.
Its size and its scope are enormous.
The size of that thing!
And it's coming to Chattanooga.
It's gonna be huge!
Ashley Furniture Home Store, the fastest growing furniture retailer in America, will be celebrating its grand opening Friday, November 8th. Huge savings on quality home furnishings. With Ashley Furniture Home Store's factory direct prices and fast, dependable delivery, we have revolutionized the way you purchase furniture. At Ashley Furniture Home Store, we sell the styles you want at prices you won't believe.
You're gonna love this Ashley Furniture Home Store.
Maybe your money is trying to tell you something, like how much harder it could be working at First Tennessee. Our most popular services are free, like free perks with Priority Choices checking, free financial advice, free online banking, and now free online bill pay. Your money has never worked this hard before. Don't you wish it could do that everywhere?
Take a real good look at one really big sale, the Profit's biggest sale. It has everything you're looking for, like savings of up to 60% store-wide. Take a closer look and discover our $1 Million Sweater Spectacular. Save 25 to 40% on the season's best sweaters for him, for her, for boys, and for girls. Savings don't come any bigger than this, so stop by and see for yourself at the Profit's biggest sale.
Do you like it?
Just fine. It's a very important piece.
Oh, I really like
It's really generating a lot of buzz in the community.
I'm just not sure it goes with our couch.
How about I put some chili on it?
Whoa. It's Chili Makes It Better month at Sonic, featuring all your chili favorites, including the extra long cheese coney and large tots for just $2.99. And try our new pecan pie shake made with bits of real pecans.
This is News Channel 9 at 11.
Dusty Baker, who took over as the San Francisco Giants manager in 1993, who's been National League Manager of the Year 3 times, and who took the Giants to the World Series this past season, their first trip to the Fall Classic since 1989, will not manage the Giants next season. His contract was up today, and there had been speculation for several weeks that he might not return. That was confirmed late today when General Manager Brian Saban said he recommended to team owner Peter McGowan that negotiations with Baker end. Dusty has said during the playoffs he didn't intend to break the bank, a reference to the $6 million a year contract Joe Torre got from the Yankees, but Baker said he did want to be near the bank. Baker, who never really felt like he got enough credit for the Giants' success, may wind up in the Windy City next season. The Chicago Cubs have reportedly said they would do whatever it takes to get Dusty as manager. The Seattle Mariners are also believed to be interested in talking to Baker, and his son Darren, too. Baker finished 5th in the Baseball Writers Association voting for this year's National League Manager of the Year. The award goes to Tony La Russa, who guided the Central Division champion St. Louis Cardinals through a season which was shaken with the deaths of pitcher Darryl Kyle and broadcaster Jack Buck. Those tragedies coming just 4 days apart in June. This is the 4th time La Russa has won a Manager of the Year award. The other 3 came when he skippered the White Sox and the Oakland A's in the American League. Mike Scioscia, who led the Anaheim Angels to their first ever World Series title, is this year's American League Manager of the Year, a well-deserved award for Scioscia, whose 2001 team finished 41 games out of first place and who guided this year's team to the playoffs after they started the season by losing 14 of their first 20 games. One more baseball note, this one from Atlanta, where the Braves have hired Otis Nixon to be their coordinator of base running and bunting. Nixon, who played for the Braves from 1991 through 93 and again in 99, setting a club single-season record by stealing 72 bases in 91, was a special instructor for the Braves during spring training last season, and he was a part-time instructor in their farm system during the regular season. In his 17-year Major League career, Nixon stole 620 bases. That puts him 17th on the all-time list. The high school football playoffs in Tennessee start Friday night. It'll be the 10th straight playoff appearance for the Cherokees of McMinn County and the last for their head coach, John Mullinax. With more from Athens, here's Dave Staley.
Back in the fall of 1999, McMinn County head coach John Mullinax announced his retirement. He had an excellent team, and it was a nice send-off.
I'm a true Cherokee all the way.
Only one problem. John changed his mind.
Go. There we go. There we go. There we go.
3 years and many wins later, Mullinax again says he's calling it quits. This time, he says he means it, because he's ready. 3 years ago, he wasn't.
I wasn't ready. I thought I was, but now I am. I know I am ready now, and I'm looking forward to spending time with Joy and going to watch other people have a hard time on Friday night.
So when the season ends, Mullinax will go into private business, raising money for various athletic departments. His resume will read 19 years at the helm of the Tribe, 7 years before that as an assistant coach. All in all, almost 35 years in the football coaching business. So at 57 years of age, why retire? John says simply, it's time, and he's a little burned out.
I'll miss Friday night football and game planning, but all the other little things, they've just kind of bothered me a little bit. So, you know, it's time, if you're not happy totally in your job, it's time to move on.
Mullinax says he'll miss his players and will coach them as hard as he can this postseason. He says he'll always be a fan of the team. Once a Cherokee, always a Cherokee. From Athens, Dave Staley, News Channel 9 Sports.
I remember in 1970, that guy right there had just come to Athens from a place called Vietnam. Yeah. Benny Monroe hired John as an assistant coach. He was a great assistant coach. I was doing radio play-by-play for them at the time. John was a good assistant coach, moved over to Copper Basin, where he was a very successful head football coach. Then he came back to McMinn. Let me give you some numbers on John Mullinax. Started in McMinn County in 1984. In the 9 years prior to that, they hadn't had a winning season. John's first team went 4-6, and every year since, his team has been at least 500 or better. Wow. His 19-year record at McMinn, 133 wins, 77 losses.
That's great.
The real coach, though, is Joy Mullinax, and you'll meet her in a special report that Dave Staley will have tomorrow night at 11 o'clock.
Well, considering those pants he was wearing there, he might consider a line of sportswear, making a fashion statement.
Joey doesn't dress John. I think he does that on his own.
FUBU, yeah, for us, by us, right? They have their own. They started like that. You never know.
Could be a sideline. You never know. When we come back, Neil Pascal has a look at your wake-up weather.
And we'll get a sneak peek at Disney on Ice that runs the rest of this week at the UTC Arena.
You're watching News Channel 9 at 11.
Closed captioning sponsored by the Chattanooga Eye Institute. Don't let diabetes steal your vision.
This is Shrimp Fest at Long John Silver's, a celebration of all that is shrimp. Choose a platter of our new breaded jumbo shrimp, crunchy shrimp, and Long John Silver's signature batter dip shrimp. And try our Shrimp Fest basket combo, loaded with 3 breaded jumbo shrimp, plus 1 piece of our famous batter dip fish, 2 sides and a drink for just $3.99. With Shrimp Fest, it's so much great shrimp at such a great price, it turns any place into seafood country.
Did you know if your family income is $35,000 a year, you could own a new home like this? Or how about this? Call 1-800-NEW-HOUSE. Did you know that interest rates haven't been this low since your mom and dad bought their first house? And that qualified landowners don't need a down payment? Call 1-800-NEW-HOUSE. There are many choices at America's Home Place, one of the South's largest builders. Call today for your free video and floor plan book. 1-800-NEW-HOUSE.
Now, at Freebull Infinity. The new Infinity G35. We'd tell you all the features of the new Infinity G35, but hey, who's got time to listen to a 14-minute commercial? The new Infinity G35. Brilliantly equipped, $30,495. Now at the all-new Freebull Infinity.
You know, for 80 years, Stamper Furniture has been a leader for design and furnishings for your home. Now we have created the ultimate decorating tool, StamperHome.com. Browse our online catalogs, bedroom, dining room, accent pieces and accessories. Design your own upholstered furniture covered in your choice of thousands of fabrics. Change it till it's just right. Email it to your spouse or designer, or just print it out. StamperHome.com, celebrating 80 years of changing times. Stamper Furniture, downtown Cleveland.
This is News Channel 9 at 11.
Wake 'em up weather. Neil Pascal's back.
Yeah, just for a little while. In the morning, it's going to be clear, believe it or not, and chilly, too. About 38 in Chattanooga, mountains closer to 32.
Chilly, chilly. Thank you.
Finally, Disney's favorite jungle characters walked right off the big screen today and onto the ice at Hamilton Place. If you were out shopping, you might have seen children smiling at Tarzan or the Lion King.
This is all part of Disney on Ice skating celebration. It lasts through Sunday this week, and for more than 2 hours today, the Jungle Book characters entertain the crowds with games, fun, and other activities. If you miss them today, you can catch them again at McKenzie Arena at UTC. That's on Sunday. Disney will present 2 shows, so it goes on all week. There you have the times. And then at Sunday, there's 2 matinees, 1:30 and 5:30. So McKenzie Arena, UTC, have fun, be there. Cool.
Highlights from all kinds of Disney shows, I guess.
Yeah, all it's a
I guess Mickey would be the MC.
Composite show.
Master of ceremony.
Is he usually?
I don't know.
He seems to be their spokesman for Disney.
I think Mickey can do whatever he wants.
I don't think Michael Eisner is going to be there.
No, I don't think. Not unless he's the one dressed as Mickey.
It's Mickey's show.
Won't go any further now. That's the news tonight. Thanks for joining us.
Stay tuned for Nightline. We'll see you tomorrow.
Dave's got Julie and more, plus a 14-year-old sportscaster tonight.
I'm Jerry Brown. Tonight at 11, a story you'll only see on News 12. Is this the sound of your tax dollars going down the drain?
And they call us instead of a taxi.
You won't believe why some people call ambulances.
That's all coming up after the CMA Awards, right here on News 12, where local news comes first. Thursday at 6 on News 12, the realities of retirement savings and what you can do to protect the lifeline to your financial future. Thursday at 6 on News 12, where local news comes first.
If you think this is country, you haven't heard US 101.